Hello there, I'm Richard and I'm interested in modern careers and what we have to do to be successful in organisations as we navigate ourselves through sometimes tricky waters. And I coach and I teach and I also write career-minded business books, and it's great fun and I love what I do. You want to keep your job, and a question I get asked all the time is, what can I do today to make a real difference? And the answers are quite simple. The first thing I offer to people is a suggestion that they keep a little score chart of, let's say, the hours they worked, the fun they have, or maybe if they actually took lunch break and had lunch on time, and just do a graph and score yourself out of 10 and just see what the scores are on a day-to-day basis. If you're going down, clearly you need to do something differently. If the scores are going up, that's great. But as long as they're hovering in the middle somewhere, you're fine. Because I know from lean improvement work that I've done over the years that if you can see it, you can sort it, and if you can measure it, you can manage it. So simply measuring something makes a difference. Doesn't cost you any money, bit of paper, on the wall, have a graph. Nice and simple. The second thing is, in terms of how we manage our time, it's firstly to have what I call a 4-hour list. If we're planning our day, just plan a block of work that's going to take about 4 hours. Because by the time you've taken into account interruptions, lunch, tea break, their work will probably extend, but at least we'll finish it and then we can pull in a task from tomorrow rather than constantly pushing the tasks back from today and feeling bad about it. So that's what I call a 4-hour list. And the other thing is, you can say no. Lots of people struggle. Someone says, can you do this piece of work? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm pretty busy, but I'll get on with it. We don't like to say no. And the trick here is actually not to say no, but to change it and replace it and put instead not yet, or not at this time, or not in this way. So when someone comes up and says, Richard, I know you're busy. Please, can you do this piece of work for me? I will say, not yet. I could do it at 5 o'clock, but I can't do it right now. They'll say, oh, sorry, Richard, I'll ask someone else, and off they go. They will keep the task, and I haven't got it. But because I didn't say no, I wasn't being rude or unkind. The opportunity was there for me to do it later. I would also say, if you're in conversation and someone takes a lot of your time explaining things, use a pause button. And a good way of interrupting a conversation is to say, can I just pause you for a moment? You put your hand out as if you're pushing a button, and when you say, can I just pause you for a moment, that will break their flow of conversation without you sounding arrogant or rude, which is much better than stop or, oh God, you're doing my head in. Just be quiet. So that's why I suggest pause button. And when you've finished, take them off pause. So, can I just pause you for a moment? I'd like to talk to you about the onions we've got to chop and the potatoes we need to order, so on and so forth. I've talked to you about it. Off pause. Now, what were you saying? And finally, a really obvious tip that people just walk past all the time is to remember that they chose you. You probably had some selection process to get into your place of work. They made a choice. If they've been paying you for the last few months, they've made a choice to keep paying you. You're okay. You have skill and talent. Life might be hard, it might be difficult and stressful, and none of that prevents you from being skillful and talented. You have worth, you're okay, and you can succeed. And simply just reminding yourself of that as you open the door to work can make a huge difference. So instead of turning up to work and say, oh God, another day, I don't think I can do this, I'm no good. Change your self-talk and instead say to yourself, hey, I'm okay, I have talent, I'm going to have a good day today, and get on with your work. Makes a huge difference. So, have fun with those tips.